Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. In this video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD pre-orders and announcements for December 8th, 2023. Now keep in mind, release dates and technical specs are subject to change. If there are any changes or additional retail or exclusives, I will update them in a future video. Also, be sure to check out my previous 4K pre-order videos for titles you may be looking for and were not covered here. Direct Amazon links to the titles listed in this video when they are live can be found on the channel's community page. As I talked about in last week's video, Willy's Wonderland is slated to release on 4K for February 13th. What I didn't know in last week's video is that Shout Factory is going to be handling this release, which I'm very happy with this because it means we're probably getting HDR and Dolby Vision, and of course it's going to support the DTS audio, but they may actually surprise us with an Atmos. Not quite holding my breath on that one, but we do have the artwork for the official slipcover, and of course a Steelbook edition will also be made available the same day. Now the Steelbook doesn't appear to be an exclusive to any retailer. Basically Best Buy would normally have handled this, but since they're getting out of the physical media game, it looks like it's going to be a wide release. Both are now currently up for pre-order. Also mentioned in last week's video, the 4K of Darkman comes out 1 week later, February 20th from Shout Factory. Here we have the official artwork, and I've always liked this poster. I had a copy of it a long time ago hanging up on my wall. And there will also be a non-exclusive Steelbook edition of the film. Now, I think both covers are really awesome, and normally I'm a Steelbook guy, but I think I'm going to lean towards the slip on this one. But if you enjoy the film, you'll have your choice for either, and let me know in the comments which one you prefer. This was also mentioned in a previous 4K pre-order video of Leviathan coming to 4K. Well, it looks like we have an official release date of February 20th. It is expected to support HDR and Dolby Vision and DTS audio. And just as a side note, it's kind of weird that the Leviathan is coming out a few short weeks before The Abyss. Those two movies, for some reason, have always been kind of linked together. I remember when both films were released right around the same time. I know they were definitely the same year. They've always kind of gone hand in hand. It's, basically they're both underwater focused films, but it's just another example of Leviathan and The Abyss once again sharing some weird link. But I don't know, there are fans of the film, of both movies, and you'll be able to get both 4Ks very shortly. It looks like Kino Lorber's 4K release of The Last Castle has an official date, and it looks to be also February 20th. We don't have official cover art yet, but when that changes, I will update that in a future video. February 20th looks to be a pretty heavy release day for some more of the obscure films out there, as Indicator revealed a couple of 4K releases in February, as Patrick is coming out on the format, and the film Snapshot will also be releasing the same day. Both are expected to support HDR and Dolby Vision and DTS audio. On February 27th, Walmart will be exclusively carrying a couple of Shout Factory 4K re-releases, this time as Steelbook editions. First up, Oliver Stone's Platoon. Dragonheart is also making the jump to Steelbook over at Walmart, and the original The Magnificent Seven. All three of these are expected to be, at the very least, available for shipping, but I would suspect also in stores on release day. It looks like we have an updated release date for Gunfight at the OK Corral on 4K, and that will be February 27th. We are expecting official cover art very shortly, and I'll update that as it becomes available. Stanley Kubrick's Fear and Desire is also given a February 27th release date, and once again, as cover art becomes available, I will update that in a future video. Blue Underground has updated some alternate cover art for the upcoming The Night of the Blood Monster, also known as The Bloody Judge. March 26th is the official release date, and this being a Blue Underground title, fully expect HDR, Dolby Vision, and DTS audio. On April 9th, it looks like a 4K edition of The Case of the Bloody Iris will be arriving on the format. We don't have official tech specs, but I fully expect HDR will be included in a DTS audio of some form. Kino Lorber announced this week that the remake of The Manchurian Candidate starring Denzel Washington is coming to 4K, and while we don't have an official release date, I suspect sometime in the back half of 2024. This being a Kino title, fully expect HDR, Dolby Vision, and DTS audio. This should not come as a surprise to anybody, but the upcoming film Wonka from Warner Brothers will be arriving on 4K sometime in 2024. No word yet if there'll be any exclusive steelbooks or otherwise, and if that becomes the case, once again, I will update that in a future video. There are a couple of international 4K pre-orders and announcements to go over in this week's video, and just as a reminder, most 4K discs are region-free. In Germany on December 14th, The Last Emperor is arriving on 4K in 3 separate editions. Germany will also be getting their own 4K edition of Groundhog Day, and that release date will be February 15th. It is expected to have the same tech specs released here from Sony, HDR, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos audio. Pre-order listings are also starting to materialize for the 4K of Wonka over in international markets. Germany has their version up, I believe, over at Amazon Germany, and the UK also got a 4K pre-order listing. That is over at Zavi. So there's definitely going to be an international 4K release for Wonka, and once again, as release dates become available, I will update those in a future video. So those are this week's 4K pre-orders and announcements for December 8th, 2023. Don't forget to use the Amazon affiliate links I list over on the community page when they are live. It really helps out the channel when you do. And also let me know which titles I talked about in this video you're planning to order for yourselves. And finally, a special thank you to my Patreons for your continued support. It is very much appreciated. If you'd like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.